Earlier this summer, I got showed up again by my 7-year-old daughter. She is fearless, and she always has been. For the last 2 summers, she has been anxiously waiting to be tall enough to ride down a very steep water slide. This water slide is not for wimps. Even her older sister finds every excuse in the world to avoid it. Secretly, being the helicopter safety cop of the family, I was hoping we'd have to wait another year. But I knew the time would come. After all, she's our resident daredevil. Well, the day came and she asked me to walk with her over to the measuring stick, and by half an inch, she qualified. Before I knew it, I was escorting her up the winding stairs to the top. Without any hesitation, she crossed her arms, legs, put her head back, and off she went. After a brief roar from the adult cheerleaders in the pool, I started to hear my name being chanted to go next. Anyone who knows me knows that I hate heights. Doing anything adventurous that requires a quick drop to the bottom gets a big fat no thank you. Metaphorically, this scene also applies to jumping off the corporate ladder. Though I eventually made the jump back to entrepreneurship in 2021, it took me 2 years to build up the courage, to make a plan, assess the risk, and yes, finally take that leap. It also took watching others take the leap and live to tell the story to encourage me to go for it. I'm sharing this analogy because there are millions of people stuck somewhere on the ladder, burned out, feeling empty, and they are afraid to make a move. They dream of more flexibility, running their own businesses, yet they're afraid to make a move that realigns their purpose, values, and dreams. They've realized they're in the wrong place, but have no idea how to find the right place without risking it all. When we come back, I have some advice for those who are stuck and would like to build that safety net. You are listening to the Work Life Eubiosis podcast with your host, Charleston Edwards. If this is your first time here, welcome. My goal is simple: to eradicate burnout and to bring harmony, purpose, and balance to this world, starting with the family. My hope is that this show and the story shared will provide encouragement and ideas that will be valuable to you on your journey to work-life freedom. So let's dive in to today's episode. Change is hard, but it doesn't have to be. To make a change in a safer way, we have to look at it in 5 stages. Psychologists call this the trans-theoretical model of change. This 5-step framework applies to any kind of change, not just leaving the corporate life. Here are the 5 stages. Number 1, pre-contemplation. Number 2, contemplation. Number 3, preparation. Number 4, action. Number 5, maintenance. Pre-contemplation means something is off. Contemplation is, what can I do about it? Preparation is, what am I doing about it? What's my plan? What do I want to do? How am I activating my network? Number 4, action. That can look like resigning, registering a business, updating a resume, investing, asking for a job change. And number 5, adjusting rhythms to the new reality. That's the maintenance. If you couldn't tell, taking the leap of faith is not the first step in the theory of change. This is where and why people tend to get stuck in the first 2 phases of change. That's the contemplation, daydreaming about what could be. But it's step number 3, the preparation, is where you make the tools and design the tools to redesign your story. This preparation phase is where people have far more authority than they think to redesign the life they were created for. What I want to focus on for the rest of this podcast is this preparation phase. Though everyone's leap or career pivot will look different, the framework for preparation is the same. Preparation is all about taking inventory, doing self-assessments, positioning yourself, and coming to grips with where and how you're going to make a move. No matter which ladder you're on, the assessment works for everyone. Before we dive into some valuable assessment questions, let me say this. Searching for perfect conditions is like looking for a needle in a haystack. There's nothing wrong with aiming for ideal circumstances, but don't get lured into perfectionism. Life will keep happening. A level of risk will always be present. And even after a major life redesign or recalibration, challenges will still come. So, without further ado, let's get into the assessment. The following questions are just the tip of the iceberg, but they'll get you to a great start on your lifestyle redesign. The assessment is broken into 3 parts: skill set, values, passion and purpose, and then number 3, seasonality. Again, skill set being number 1, number 2, values, passion and purpose, number 3, seasonality. So, number 1, skill set. Which of these do you identify with? Are you team-oriented or you're a leader? Are you a creator or a fixer? Are you a developer or a builder? Are you a visionary or an administrator? Are you a helper or are you independent? Number 2, values, passions, and purpose. Ask yourself, do I have a vision of a better world if I could do fill in the blank? Am I currently doing something for a corporation that I could do more efficiently or independently? Are there people around me who can help bring my dream of a new venture to life? Am I disciplined enough to weather the ups and downs of starting a business and sustaining a decent living? Outline everything you love to do and would be willing to invest more into. As a child, what activities brought you joy? Is that dream still alive and worth pursuing? Follow the breadcrumbs of your career and outline everything you've done that gave you more energy. Ask yourself, if I didn't have to be perfect, what would I do? And lastly, and most importantly, have I done deep inner work to find clarity on my God-given purpose? And then the third part of this assessment is the seasonality. And in this part of the assessment, let's consider both the professional and the personal aspects of your life. So let's start with the personal questions. Is my family happy and content with our schedule, location, and home culture? For parents, is my family satisfied with the kids' education, development, and activities? Are we on the same page as a family about goals, dreams, and community? Do we have an emergency fund to support the family while one of us pursues a new venture? And then professional seasonality. Do I have connections or a path to investors, if applicable? Have I built social capital, or can I strengthen my network of future clients, advisors, and supporters? Do I need additional certifications, trainings, or education? Do I have any upcoming major expenses that could impact my transition or pivot? Am I in the middle of a major work project that would potentially burn bridges if I left right now? This short assessment is just a compass towards self-discovery. Get to know yourself intimately. what fires you up, what drains you, and get to know intimately on where you're going and where would you like your family to head to in life. If you're on the fence about quitting due to workplace toxicity, wait. Reframe your current situation before taking any type of action and ask yourself, am I here to bring light to a dark place? Do I have the ability to help support organizational change? Am I here to help someone specific, maybe for a greater purpose than my job description? Is there a timeline that would help me leave well and accomplish my goals? Is there a path to return as a consultant or take a different role internally? All of these questions that are covered on this episode could go on forever, but the point is, with this assessment, is to find purpose and peace with where you are now and where you're going. We live in a fallen world, so the grass will always appear greener, and it's why it's so imperative to utilize discernment and assessments in designing the next chapter. No matter what the pivot may look like, listen to your inner voice, listen to your circle, and listen to God. And if you're wondering whether I went down the water slide or not, the answer is yes. I closed my eyes, crossed my arms and legs, and even my fingers, said a little prayer, and went down the slide with my eyes closed. It was scary, it was thrilling, and I lived to see another day. So can you. Thank you for listening to the Work-Life Eubiosis podcast, part of the Work-Life resources created by Own Your 5 to 9. I hope that you have found encouragement and a few ideas to strengthen your journey to purpose, freedom, and balance. Have you overcome burnout and found a new way of life? Millions around the globe are still at the risk of burnout and losing it all. And your story may be the one that sparks not only a dream, but action. Visit ownyour5to9.com for more information and submit your story. While you're there, join the Work-Life Eubiosis newsletter and receive additional resources weekly right to your inbox. If you enjoy this podcast, take time to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Share it with a friend or loved one. Remember, the most important organization in the world is the family. Let's do our part to strengthen it. Thank you for listening.